How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Blue Shifting. Welcome back to Aokana, Rhythm Across the Blue. So we're feeling a phase change here. We've kind of been spending the last several episodes kind of connecting with everybody. I don't know if we're going to keep doing that or if we're going to actually see the plot move forward a bit more. They're both great ideas, honestly. This has been really fun. I think it's interesting and probably makes sense. I could almost see them in their beta or alpha reads. Maybe going from the Mashiro arc and a little bit of the Misaki stuff, and then jumping right into the plot, and then in their testing or their internal auditing, maybe recognizing, hey, it feels like we haven't talked to any of the other girls for a while, and be like, okay, let's make sure we talk about the other characters. That's the analytical part of me going on there, but I think that there's something to it because it feels like these have been side quests, and that's interesting. But now we're here with that. We're jumping in, and it seems like we might be moving forward, kind of seeing what the next journey is going to be. Now, I guess also last time I mixed up. I thought there were, I thought there were two other schools, basically. Like our school, the school we went training at, and then the school we haven't really learned that much yet about, that Mashiro's friend is going to, but I guess there's another school as well. I don't know. The school names are definitely not sticking in my head. I can't tell you anything about them off the top of my head, but hopefully that'll come along as we go. But yeah, proper nouns sometimes can just kind of go right over my head. So hopefully I won't get too confused or whatnot, but I feel like it's been it's laying down some groundwork for a lot of different things. So we'll have to see, but I think we're leaning more towards that. Obviously, the main focus for this section is going to be the two girls that got off the helicopter after the summer camp training. So that's going to be the next source of contention, I believe. Anyway, let's jump right in, shall we? I'm not sure what to expect today, so we'll just see what we go. A few days have passed since our outing with Ichinose and Satoin-san. The classroom is dead silent. Normally there's always some chatter, but now there's nothing. Guess everyone's stressed out by the tests. We have finals today. Oh my gosh, I felt like we had the midterms just a second ago. Only the sound of pencils running over paper, which blends in with the wind and the rustling of the trees, fills the room. I hope everyone's doing fine. I look over to Asuka and Misaki, then think of Mashiro. Since the club as a whole did rather poorly on the midterms, Aoi-san gave me a certain order. Next time, make sure your players do well enough to not embarrass our FC club, huh? It was mainly directed toward Asuka and Mashiro. Asuka luckily managed to avoiding failing anything, but just barely. Mashiro, though, actually did fail a few subjects. Everyone seemed to be studying hard during the study session I organized, but I'm honestly worried. Especially about our little one. How would you like to be referred to as that? Oh, it's the little one. I totally get it, though. She's the youngest and the smallest, but still, it's just hello, little one. I overheard her talking to Madoka about her new console that just came out. Think I was called a 4DS or something? Man, I seriously hope that didn't distract her. I mean, it probably did, but... well, can't change anything at this point. I just have to hope everyone does well, otherwise we can kiss our FC Club goodbye. At the end of the day, FC Club is part of the school. That means they'll shut it down in an instant. They think it's negatively affecting our grades. Aoi-san stressed the point more than a few times. Now, I honestly think that's the healthier attitude. I know, because I saw that if the school really liked the program, they would rather jeopardize the education than the school program, because the school program was often be seen as an attraction for the school, a source of pride and of recognition, and they would let kids slide through classes or write off their grades. I think I remember they even would turn systems into pass fail, but the pass was you'd get more than 50% in the class. It was just ridiculous. Now, it wasn't it was crazy all the time, but I do feel like schools tended to be more generous towards these. Now, maybe if we had a first-rate FC club, if we were competing on a national level successfully and had become known as a school, whatever the other school is, the Taka... whatever, I'm not gonna be able to say the name off the top of my head, but the school where we went to train, like the fact that they recognized it's like, oh yeah, this is where like a lot of like really good FC people go, then they might have more leeway. But it also feels like, at least in the visual novels and anime and things that we watch, it seems more like when those programs are really good, they have really high standards for the students as well, so that people could get kicked out of the club if they have bad grades. Because like, it's supposed to be about the schooling, not supposed to be about the sports. Anyway, I sound stressed that point more than a few times. It's probably different in a school like Takafuji. Okay, there you go. Right, Takafuji. That focus on sports, but an ordinary school like ours only cares about test results. We haven't even gotten a chance to compete in a tournament yet. So if we mess up already, they'll most likely assume it'll get even worse in the future. Probably. Honestly, like, can you blame them? Especially if they're looking at it from that point of view. It's like they might be more concerned about, yeah, no, absolutely. My hair's a mess this morning. I need a haircut.
Hey, じゃあ10分前。名前の書き戻しがないようにな。
There's no way anyone would forget that. I really hope Michio put her name down. I check to make sure my name's on my sheet, and I worry over the very real possibility that Michiro forgot to do it. And with that, I finish all my exams without any major issues. I can only speak for myself, though. Who knows if any of the others failed or forgot to put their name on their test. Just have to pray Michiro and Asuka managed to do well. Aokana. A few days later, we're getting our test results back, which fills the room with an air of both joy and apprehension. And that's everything. I check my results in Japanese, which was the last test we got back, as I worry about the others. And unfortunately, those doubts continue to plague my mind as Aoi-san enters the classroom.
よし、答案も戻ってきたし、これで期末テストも終わって、もうすぐ夏休みだ。
Hallelujah, yes.
みんな、終わったからといって、羽目を外しすぎないようにな。それ。
はーい、起立。
Alright, let's see how everyone else did. I rush out of my seat to get answers.
Masaya-san!
The moment I leave the classroom, Asuka calls my name. Hey?
聞いてください。聞いていいんですよ。
Okay, so you look happy. That's probably a good sign, right? Guess you passed? Well, on to the next one.
まあ、ひどいです。せめてちゃんと1回目の報告は聞いてください。
He's like, you gotta understand, I'm like really stressed out right now. Well, you kind of gave away your results already. I mean, she ran right up to me with a huge smile on her face. You should have kept the suspense up, like coming over looking all sad would have me panicking.
そういうのできないんです。すぐに顔に出ちゃうんで。
Oh, that's fair. She definitely is one of those. Wears her heart on her sleeve. I kind of do that. I don't know. I'm not excessively expressive per se, but I don't hide my emotions very well. I'm not even sure if I could if I really wanted to. I'm usually pretty easy to read. And then we know Asuka. She just is what she is. She doesn't. I feel like she doesn't have a deceitful bone in her body. Guess she'd be pretty bad at poker then. Actually, a good poker face is useful in any sport. Maybe it might be a good idea to fix that.
勉強の次は表情作りですね。頑張ります。
She's just like, all right, bring it on. It's like, okay, all right. Asuka looks oddly pumped about the idea.
で、見てください、この結果。
Okay, let me see. Asuka happily spreads her test papers out to show me her results. Whoa, seriously? I'm honestly impressed. I did pretty well myself, and by that I mean I got the 80-90s range and everything before, which is above average. However, Asuka scored over 90 in everything. She even somehow managed to get a perfect score on something. Holy crap, what a turnaround. Maybe she was just getting settled in?
私、頑張りました。
Yeah, you freaking did. Awesome. I'd be giving her high fives and everything. Yeah, you sure did. A recent transfer may have played a part in it, but she did pretty bad on the midterms. Regardless of how much she studied, she's such a drastic improvement and is a little weird. Maybe she really is a genius. Makes me think of all the shocking things I've seen her pull off in FC. Guess I'll have to wait and see if she ever realizes her full potential.
あ、そう。なになに？みんなで発表会してんの？ な。
Hey, yeah, actually, in fact, Madoka, you probably should compare. Let's see what you think, based if you like this.
アスカ先輩すごいです。
Yeah, by the way, how'd you do?
ほっほー、これはアスカ頑張ったね。
Oh, you
軒並
stop
み
that.
90点超えてるじゃない。
That's the most humble brag I've ever heard.
私やりました。
Aw. Oh, you guys are all here.
美咲ちゃんの点数知りたい？
I already know you did better than Asuka, so no thanks.
そう言わないで見てよ。今回はそれに輪をかけてすごかったんだから。
Like I said, I already know you got a 90 above 90 on every. Whoa, what the heck? I see I have several hundreds on the on the papers Misaki shows me.
平均96。古文と数学と英語で満点だから、もうちょいで半分以上満点だったんだけどね。
I mean, ace is like not what I would call ace is supposed to be you got A's, which okay, well actually to be fair, if I recall correctly, the scaling of the Japanese letters for their grades are shifted higher. So getting an A, I think, is supposed to be 96. I think so. If your average is 96, I think 96 or 95 to 100 is supposed to be your A, which for me growing up, A's was like 91 to 100, and then B's was 81 to 90. Well, no. Actually, I think A 90 would have been the A actually. So it would have been like 90 to 100 was A, 80 to 89 was B, 70 to 79 C. Like that's like it was always in scales of 10. But I think in Japanese it's a lot shorter. It's like it's more scaled by like 5 or some other arbitrary number. So the getting letters is a lot harder. At least the high letters.
美咲ちゃんすごい。
It is unbelievable.
いやー、さすがにトップは譲らずって感じね。
She can't be human. She managed to do stupidly good without even really studying. I swear some people are just born lucky. I mean, so how'd you do, Mishiro? We also kind of have this idea that like we've seen a lot of evidence that she does study. She just makes it look nonchalant. How'd you do, Mishiro?
まあ、私のことはいいじゃないですか。
Mishiro? Don't tell me you.
大丈夫ですよ。赤点はしっかり回避しましたから。ほら、この通り。
I mean, she sounds confident enough. I checked the sheet. Mishiro shoves it in my hands. Ugh.
どうですか？見事にすり抜けてるでしょ？
In the sense that it was technically passing, I'm guessing. Sure, you did pass, but
まさしくすり抜けたって感じの得点だよね。
yeah. Aww.
もう、何ですか二人とも。もっと私の努力の後を認めてくださいよ。
I mean, it is an improvement, right? Like, it makes all the difference.
美咲先輩なら認めてくれますよね。この私にしては超努力した結果。うわー、ギリギリだねこりゃ。先輩まで。でも赤点回避には違いないですよ。だね。部活の参謀に関わらなくてひとまずは安心ってとこかな。
Yeah, we're gonna talk about silver linings. I suppose we gotta make sure that we gotta cover that. Yeah, I'm not sure this is really worth celebrating. Sure, our club's safe and all, but the results make you worry about Mishiro's future. Will she really be fine if she keeps this up?
そうそう。マサヤは硬いんだから。いいじゃない結果が良ければ。
I also point out that testing is a decent way to kind of get a feel for how people are doing, but there's plenty of people who test poorly but have very, capable skill sets. Like they are competent in these like subjects and are able to perform really well and can be very successful in their future, but on paper when it comes to like memorizing facts and being able to reproduce like certain aspects of subjects at certain times on test days might not reflect that very well. Granted, that's a minority. It's a small part of people. I still feel like the reason we have the methods we have now is because they are very successful for the majority of people. That may be true, but At this rate, she'll either barely pass or fail her next set of tests. You sure you want to keep walking the tightrope, Mishiro?
それじゃあ期末試験突破を祝って今日はスパーッとお祝いしましょう。
Hey!
まあまあ、今日は開放感に浸ってもいいじゃない。何かやるにしても明日からって感じなのよ、真白は。
You sure you aren't talking about yourself there?
マサヤの本心だよ。私にはわかる。わかってあげられる。だから
Quit trying to psychoanalyze me. You couldn't be more off base.
今日は私も美咲の意見に賛成かな。
You traitor. No, at two, but okay. Hey!
息抜きもたまにはいいでしょ、コーチ。
Well, I'm only really worried about Mishiro, so I shouldn't kill everyone else's fun. This is the perfect time for a break, too, since we're done with finals and all. Okay, we'll start practicing tomorrow.
じゃあお菓子持ち寄って女子会
That does sound fun.
やりましょうやりましょう。いいね。じゃあ一ノ瀬ちゃんも呼んで、女子会だから当然マサヤはアウトね。
I mean, it is what it is. I could try and have a guy's night with Prez, but I'm not sure that just sounds that much like fun. Fine by me.
あ、でもいつもやってるみたいに女装してくれたら特別に参加させてあげてもいいけど。
What's this again you speak of? What's again supposed to mean? Quit making stuff up. And look at this snarky Madoka, stop it.
マサヤさん、それずるいです。私も見たいです。
I like how we also know she's so genuine. She genuinely wants to see that. I'd never do that. Don't believe her lies.
先輩はさっき私に厳しかったから、いくら女装しても混ぜてあげませんよ。
Uh-huh. Seriously, cut it out. I'm not a crossdresser. No, hey, no shame, no flack. If that's your thing, go for it, man. The girls continue to tease me as they move through the club room. Of course, I think they are literally, it's just teasing. He's reacting to it. I think he'd be like, sure, whatever. You know, they would have stopped. Guess I'll just head home. I got nothing to do around here anymore. Oh, Prez. He flashes me his usually overenthusiastic smile.
赤点は回避したぞ。
I kind of forgot to ask. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, he shows me grades that are even closer to failing than Mishiro. Oh gosh. You barely made it.
そうか。
Of course, you got exactly 40 in classic Japanese, math, and English. Oddly enough, these are the exact subjects Misaki aced. What a weird coincidence. I mean, that can't be... I mean, it is just a coincidence, right?
結果がオーライならそれでいいじゃないか。
Please don't say that in front of the other members. If Misaki heard that, she'd take it as permission to slack off.
で、あいつらはどこだ？もう部室に向かったのか？
Right, they asked for a night off. Yeah, about that. I filled Prez in on the details.
おお、そうかそうか。時には休息も必要だからな。
I mean, he's taking it rather well. Right, and since there's no practice today, I'm going...
よっしゃ。ならばこちらは男子会だ。
Hooray! Why? There's only two of us here. That sounds seriously lame. I mean, Prez is cool and all, but the idea of spending private time with him is pretty darn scary.
いいじゃないか。たまには部活を離れて互いに内面を打ち明けるのも大切なことだぞ。
You know, from a character perspective, he's got a good point. Because at this point, he's basically just been a joke character. But what if there's a lot more to Prez than meets the eye? I mean, there could be a lot of very cool emotional bonding that could happen there. And there's plenty of stories that have really fun, like side characters that have just more depth than you'd expect. Maybe the writers will actually give him something more than just being the comic relief and the crazed, like, muscle man. Thanks, but no thanks. I try to escape, but Prez grabs me by the collar. I can't get away, he's too strong.
気にするな。全部俺がおごってやるから。
How? And why do you have a plan already? I don't care, let go of me. I wobble around as if I'm drunk when I land at the terminal. I swear, I definitely haven't had alcohol. My current condition's Prez's fault. Man, he sure put me through a lot today. What was up with that?
おお、わかるか、わかるだろう、ひなたよ。
It sounds like he was drunk. I get you. I totally get you. Okay, now quit grabbing me by the shoulders and shaking me.
お客様、他のお客様の迷惑になりますので、
Oh,
大きな
gosh.
お声は。
I'm so sorry. I'll try to get him to stop. I'll try and stop him as he screams into the void. Seriously, calm down. I'm begging you, Prez. Man, he didn't drink either, so how'd that happen? Remind me never to go drinking with him. I've heard a lot of horror stories about drunk wrestlers. Prez is pretty buff, so I can imagine things turn out exactly the same. I just want to go home. Huh? I notice somebody approaching me from behind. And when I turn around, I see someone flying to the terminal. Ichinose? Probably not. She got called over to the girls' night. The elegant flying form seems a lot like hers, but I can tell it's different. Who's that? Some flight instructor, maybe? Before long, she's close enough for me to make out her face. Oh. Here we go. This is, the other girl. The one that's, like, actually, like, the weapon, I suppose. Like, the one that seemed like... Like, it seemed like the two of them got off the helicopter, but one of them, like, the one who talked a lot, she gave off more of, like, coach vibes. This is the one that's, like, their ace flyer. I just noticed that she has, like, cat-shaped, like, tail, like, ties. She isn't very tall, but her perfectly straight back makes her look the part. However, what's even more striking is her pristine silver hair. Is she a foreigner? No, probably not. She did seem like one at a glance, but upon closer inspection, I realized she has Japanese features. Still, the graceful way she carries herself doesn't seem Japanese. I find myself captivated by the sight of her, unable to tear my eyes away, and eventually she lands at the terminal and looks at me.
何か
Crap, she knows I was staring. Yeah, because you're being kind of creepy, dude. Sure, I didn't do anything wrong. This is pretty darn awkward. Oh, I'm sorry. Just, you look like someone I know. Ugh, what a lame excuse.
似てた。
I,
あなたも似てる。
look alike to what? Huh?
なんでもない。
She says that as she turns and leaves. I look like who exactly? What's she mean? I made up a dumb excuse on the spot, so I didn't expect any sort of response. Well, not like that was much of a response. No, I'm no looker. There's probably a ton of people who resemble me. No looker. I'm guessing that people would disagree with that, bro, but whatever. Her comment's not worth worrying about. But I look in the direction she walked off. Something about that bothers me. Unfortunately, she's gone now. It's too late for me to ask her to elaborate. Ooh, could this be another potential, like, person who chastised us out of SC? Not that, like, I don't know if they intended to do that, but, like, that's how he took it. Too bad. Guess I'll go home. The nagging sensation in the back of my mind, however, doesn't disappear. Oh, that's ominous. The next day, we finish our finals and have ourselves a nice little break, so now it's time for practice. I want you all to bring your swimsuits tomorrow. Well, that's a weird thing to say. The moment those words leave my mouth. They look flabbergasted. Expected as much.
いやまあ、そりゃマサヤも男だからね。いつかこういうこともあるのかなって思ってたけど。
What day?
期末テストも終わったし、次は身体測定だって感じ。
Okay, you stop that.
発想がすでに懲役者だよ。
It's like, but you're the one who had the idea.
まあ、こんなにストレートにセクハラしてくるとは思いませんでしたね。正直。
Gosh, I mean, to be fair, you kind of gave him the straight line, dude.
マサヤさん。
Hey, don't write me off as a creep. Asuka, there's no reason to get all sad. Man, I really have zero faith in me. No matter what I say, it's always take this the wrong way. Fair, though, but Doka did catch us peeping. I mean, she's kind of got our number there.
だって水泳部でもないのに、いきなり水着って言われたら疑うんじゃないの？普通は。すごいブラック企業でありそうだよね。今日は水着で営業だとか。
Actually, she's got a point there.
先輩が何の商売を始めたのか知りませんが、 私はそんなものの売り方間違ってると思います。
It's not selling. I swear, you guys have a terminal case of overactive imaginations. How am I supposed to even react now?
私ちょっとぐらいなら頑張ります。
I like how implying that this is like really offbeat and creepy. Asuka's still kind of like, all right, I'll do it. Are you serious? Maybe I need to have a long, hard talk with Asuka about the dangers of fraud. Yeah, fetch me, you probably do.
海で部活をする？
Wow, nice timing. Your girls practice that? Yep. We're going to do some extra special training at the beach tomorrow. They'll probably get wet while we're there, hence the swimming suits. That's really all there is to it.
でも一体それで何をするわけ？
Oh, is this more of his creative, like, trying to make it a game? You'll find out tomorrow.
ひなたくんが説明するの？
No, I actually asked somebody else to come do that.
誰が待ってるんでしょうか？実演販売の名人とか。
The Ponzi scheme? Quit joking about that already. Aokana. The next day, I managed to clear up all their suspicions, so everyone's here in their swimming suits, and it's nothing to do at all with fan service, right?
おお、これがマサヤのハーレムか。
You stop that. Who are you again? Don't say creepy stuff like that. There's another guy with us, right, Prez?
おお、今日の指導員って店長さんだったのか。
Gotcha, that's right, who is.
ふむふむ、なるほど。こういうタイプのマッチョが一人いるとハーレムに刺激があっていいよね。
I like how he's just running with the fact that Prez is also part of the harem, and I bet Prez is gonna be like, yes! Cut it out! Shirase-san gives Prez a quick once-over.
君、なかなかいい筋肉
Oh
してるね。
gosh.
特に体の奥の方が
What
鍛えられてるんじゃないか。
what does that even mean? The deep ones deeper in your body? What are you what?
俺の鍛えに鍛え上げたいインナーマッスルに気づくとは。
I think
やりますね。
we need to let these two have some like a little space. Like honestly, you two have fun.
ちょっと触ってもいいかな。
Oh gosh, yeah. Get a room.
おう、存分に触ってもらって構いません。
They're feeling muscles here, and then meanwhile they're out here playing, like, I don't know, volleyball or something in the water. Oh no, my hand slipped. Poor Madoka. You guys, you gotta stop. You can't. Oh my gosh.
ここら辺どう？痛くない？
It's for the fans! For the fans!
少し痛い感じがするが我慢できないほどじゃない。
And we're just standing here going like, what is happening?
だったらこう動かせば楽になるかな。
You've gotta stop this.
ちょっと気持ちいい感じしない？
Mashiro here, like, going crazy because it's like the ball that that Misaki had.
そこはなかなか気持ちいいかも。
I really don't need to see this. There are tons of people would pay for this view though.
広背筋をちょっと鍛えすぎじゃないかな。腹筋の方とのバランスを考えないと体が歪むよ。そういえば最近腹筋の方をしっかりいじめてなかったな。見る目があるな、白瀬さん。
Why are we here?
トレーニング機材とプロテインもうちで取り扱ってるよ。頼もしい。
Oh gosh. Asuka just splashing around.
君の小胸筋鍛えてみたいな。
Oh my gosh. The two of them look at each other in the eyes. They go for a firm handshake. What the heck is happening? Hey, get over here. I called the girls back to me. They started playing in the shallow water because of this weird display.
はーいはーいはーい
Naturally, Michio. Look at them all. Happy girls. Alright. I know I didn't tell them to bring their school swimming suits, but I'm pretty still surprised they brought their own personal ones. Michio confused me, though. So, she brought a school swimsuit, but it doesn't even belong to Kunahama. Oh, that is weird, actually. Like, she brought a different school uniform. So she's playing into, again, that's the fan service. Like it really is.
あ、暮らしのお店の白瀬さんだね。
よく覚えていてくれたね。
店の名前に白瀬ってついてるじゃないですか。美咲先輩が特別な好意を持っていたみたいに言わないでください。
It's kind of nice to see somebody else the target of her rage. Quit barking at someone who took time out of their day to come here to train you.
はい。で、今日はどうして白瀬さんを呼んだんですか？
We're going to practice what to do in the event of an emergency, and he's here to help with that. Oh, we're going to practice crashing. That's actually a good idea, considering.
いやあ、みんな元気かな？
Oh no.
白瀬のお兄さんがやってきたよ。
How do you do, fellow kids? Oh no. Wait. This guy, he runs a store, right? Is he significantly older? Because that makes the whole scene with Prez even worse. That's like Predator type crap. Yeah. Are you guys also reacting to the how do you do, fellow kids?
なかなかふてぶてしいですね。
Oh gosh.
昔おるわって感じかな。でも、まだ年齢的にはお兄さんで大丈夫じゃないかと。はい。
Oh my gosh.
結構ギリギリかな。いや
Oh.
ー、難しいかもね。
Oh no. We can still have fun though, right?
そうかな。自称というか、自称ですよね。
Oh, that's so harsh.
そんなことないんじゃないかな。自分で言うのは OK だと思いますよ。うん。
Oh, that's even worse.
あすか、フォローになってないから。ごめんなさい。
若い女の子にこういうこと言われるのってとっても素敵だよね。
You can't hide it, bro. I know you're bleeding out spiritually. Don't expect me to agree. Oh god, why'd I even invite him?
君も少し年を取ればこの快感を理解できるさ。
Yeah, that you're left out?
変態だ。
That's the first time she's had an actual terrified reaction.
美咲先輩の綺麗な目が汚されるので帰ってください。
Quit trying to drive him away. He's here to teach you about accident prevention.
私たちの前に変態がいるとこの先事故が起こるかもしれませんよ。
Oh gosh. Look, he might be a total perv, but don't you think you're being really rude?
いやいや、失礼じゃないよ。
Oh
も
no.
っときつく罵ってくれていいんだよ。
Oh no. How else do you deal with it? You just roll with it. Misaki's hand shoots up as soon as she hears that.
はい。そういう変態キャラを演じて少しでも女の子と会話しようと努力しているとこが悪い意味で気持ち悪いと思います。
Oh gosh, someone call a doctor. Get the bird ward notice. He's got to go. He's got 3rd degrees. Oh.
それは悪い意味で傷ついたな。
Oh. Okay, bro. You've been really weird, but I kind of feel bad now.
ねえ、帰っていいかな。
I know. Don't go getting all depressed on me. You're here to explain what to do in case of an emergency, remember? Yeah. Focus. Misaki, fix the mess you made.
美咲先輩に不自然なことをさせるつもりですか？
That's not... How exactly is that indecent? I think I know how. But...
はいはい、もう分かったってば。
Oh my gosh.
ほほん。白瀬お兄さん、今日はよろしくお願いします。
お兄さん。お兄さんか。
He's back. You stop it.
じゃあ早速始めようか。
No, so young friend, but she said Oni-san, like brother, like bro. Wow, that worked fast.
想像してたよりずっと嬉しいね。
Can we just not do this? Is he gonna keep this up forever? Enough of that. Let's get down to business. I see no end in sight, so I clap my hands and force him to get on with things.
スカイスポーツをする人は一応年に一度の安全教室に通うことを義務付けられてるんだよ。
Okay.
安全教室ですか？
暮らしの安全性が今より低かった頃の名残だね。昔は飛行中に出力が落ちたり停止してしまったり
That's
という事故があったんだ。
genuinely terrifying. You imagine trying to play that sport where you could just occasionally just like plop out of the sky. No wonder it's over the ocean though. That makes a lot of sense now.
飛行中に停止？
Yeah.
落下して頭をかち割って死亡あるのみか。
That's insane.
私、そんな恐ろしいものを履いていたんですか？
I mean, we have been flying. You think about it, if something goes wrong while you're flying, like that's bad.
昔でもそうめったに死亡事故はなかったよ。ほら、靴は左右揃って一足だろ。反重力を発生させる機械の特性って何だった？
Okay, so at least with one shoe active, you could probably land.
わかりません。
Seriously?
わからないものはしょうがないじゃありませんか。
And you can't help but defend everything Misaki says. No, can't let her guilt trip me.
一つの機械でも二つの機械でも能力が変わらない？
正解。一つは片方が壊れた時のための予備なんだ。
Yeah.
でもまあほぼ起こらないけど、二つ同時に壊れるということもある。
It's possible, but having a backup, like a perfect built-in, like where one shoe can technically perform like everything you need to continue moving, that's actually a pretty good safety system.
可能性とか言ってたら何でもありそうですけどね。
それに試合のユニフォームは救命胴衣の役目もあるから大変なことになるというのはまずないけど、万が一ということだってある。
Gotcha.
その時に君たちの命を救うのは君たち自身なのだ。
おお。
というわけで今日は海への落下訓練をします。
なるほど。それで今日はみんな水着なんですね。
I do wonder that, like, just wouldn't salt water be bad for the grab shoes? Like, I imagine they're built to get wet occasionally, but like purposely throwing ourselves into the water feels like it could be bad, like for our equipment.
やっと納得がいきました。今の今までマサヤへの疑念が拭いきれなかったからね。
Oh, cool. Now you don't. Now, whatever. You know, you should trust me enough to give you the benefit of the doubt.
ほら、そこは変態の仲間は変態的な感じで。
God, no. Don't get all depressed again, Misaki. Keep these comments to yourself.
はーい、ごめんなさい。
You got it though. It's like easy when you can get a reaction like that. Of course, you're gonna keep poking it. Yeah, I can totally tell you are. Please continue, Shirase-san.
ああ、大丈夫だよ。
その落下訓練って具体的にどういうことをするんですか
2メートルくらいの高さでグラシを解除して海に落下するのさ。
ちょっと怖いですね。
It really does.
大丈夫。下では僕とマサイが待機してるから溺れる心配はない。深さ。
でもグラシを空中で解除することってできるんですか？
Yeah, that feels like kind of a scary ability to even be able to do.
あ、ですです。地面の近くじゃないと解除できないようになっているのでは？
事故や自殺を防ぐためにそうなってるけど、国の認可を得た人は解除コードを知ってるんだ。というわけでみんなのグラシを解除するから気をつけてね。
Dang. The fact that it mentions that that's a method people could choose to do for offing yourself is kind of terrifying.
国からの認可ですか。白瀬さんはすごい人なんですね。
そうでもないよ。スカイスポーツの店を経営してる人はみんな持ってる。じゃあみんな靴を出して。これでよしと。解除コードはフォールだから変な場所で言わないように。
Oh, that
普
feels
通
like
に危ないからね。
that feels like a very dangerous disengaged word. So like, because like if you like you could say like, oh crap, I think I'm falling, and then you would just fall.
わかりました。はーい。
訓練の方法だけど、落下地点に垂直に立ってそこでフォール。落下姿勢にはいろいろあるんだけど、足から垂直に落ちるように。これが体へのダメージが一番少ないからね。
Ooh.
で、 気をつけるのはお尻の穴をキュッと閉じること。
Okay.
変態だ。
そう思うかもだけど、これは変態じゃないんだ。落ちた時に勢いがあって、
okay.
お尻を締めてないと
He's not wrong.
肛門から水が入ったりすることがある。
もしそんなことになったら結構切ない気持ちになりそうだね。確かに自分が生きている意味とかについて深く考えちゃうかも。
Oh no.
しっかり力を入れます。
それと股間を両手でしっかりと覆うこと。
I mean, these are actually like really true things to do, like jumping into water, falling into water. You want to be careful. You want to make sure you're prepared. It's usually not a problem, but they're jumping from heights that are significant enough where it could become a problem. But it's just like, it's one of those things you never think about, right? Like most of the time, even when you've gone, like, I don't know, like I've jumped off small like cliffs or jumped into rivers and stuff and never really thought about it, but man, kind of scary when you think about just how bad it could actually be if you land wrong.
セクハラ的な質問になるかもしれませんが、男が覆うのは分かりますよ。急所だから。女子も同じなんですか？
Bro, yeah, of course, but different, naturally.
足から入水した時に水と激しくぶつかるのは股間なんだ。急所とか関係なく単純に痛い。
痛いのは嫌だな。
嫌だったらしっかりと両手で覆うこと。分かったね。
Good advice. When in doubt, cover the crotch.
それとこれこそセクハラ発言になるんだけど。
That's like such out of context. That sounds so weird. All right. Yeah. Okay. Here, what else you gotta say, bud?
そう思うなら言わなければいいのに。
僕だってあまり言いたくないんだけど、大切なことだからね。
Oh gosh.
肛門に水が入るって話をしたけど、女の子の場合は他にもその
It's almost
穴があ
worse.
るでしょ?
It's almost worse because of the way you're saying it, dude.
いきなり保健体育の時間？
つまりその女の子のまさや続きを。
It's just a physics problem, okay? Just be careful. Huh? Why me?
僕が言うとまた変態扱いされるからね。今度こそは
To be fair,
心が完全に折れるかもしれない。
you did that to yourself, bud. What a pain. Fetch me. No, you can't be serious. No, why are we having this discussion? It's not that. No. You just shut up, dude.
まさやいやらしい。
Like, no, right?
エッチです。女の子の前でそんなこと言うなんて変態です。
Whatever, dude. Shut up! Pointless. Water pressure from the fall can damage it. You have to be careful.
まさやはエッチだな。
You shut your face. Hey, don't stab me in the back. Look, just make sure you have your crotch covered.
初めての相手が大海原っていうのはさすがにロマンがありすぎだよね。
Again, what's the real level of threat here? I feel like we're really over. We're talking about most likely very obscure possibilities. I mean, if we're doing this right, we're not supposed to be falling for very far. I'm pretty sure even 20 feet. Like I've jumped off diving boards feet first from higher than that, and it was never a problem. I'm sure you'll be fine. But since we're going to be doing gun-controlled landings, maybe that is warranted. Still,
ロマンなのそれ。
I agree, Madoka. I agree.
海の男的な？
What? Someone really needs to teach this girl a lesson.
しっかり両手でガードします。
That's right. Do everything. Now I feel like we're in some kind of like church abstinence like lesson.
私も。
さて、それじゃあ姿勢を教えるから僕の真似をするように。これは自分の命を守るためなんだから
What are we?
真面目にやってね。
What are we doing here? What is my life? Shreya's Shirase-san, Madoka, and I push our way through the water as we watch everyone float above us.
よし、じゃあここら辺でいいかな。
It's kind of fun that we're actually in the water here, maybe to like help them.
怪我とか溺れるとかそういうことがない限り、二人は女子部員の介助しないようにね。
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, yeah.
本当に分かってるのかな。そういうことがきっかけで部が崩壊したりするんだよ。
Really? I mean, that's fair, I guess. If we actually were charged with assault of some kind, yeah. I really doubt that. Still, there's no point arguing. Better change the topic. Hey, there's something I'd like to ask you.
何？
Why are you wearing a swim... Ugh! She interrupts me by throwing a towel over my face.
この状況で私だけ制服とかありえないでしょ。
Wait, so you're not getting in the water with us either? Like, that just hit me. I thought all three of us were swimming. Because if we're all swimming, then why wouldn't she wear it? Why not? You're the manager.
マネージャーだって必死なんだよ。
Oh, okay. See, at least you can admit that. But why are you crying? What? I don't really get it, but whatever. Dude. Okay, I understand he's supposed to be a stupid main character, but holy crap, dude. They're wearing bikinis. Of course they're strutting their stuff. Dude, heck, you wear your swimming suit, you're strutting your stuff. It's whether or not you're proud of your stuff is the question. Most people, like me, we're not that proud of what we've got to strut. But there we go. Just pretend she means the manager should share her highs and lows of the players.
最初は誰から始めようか。
部長の俺が先陣を切るぜ。
Alright.
了解。いつでも OK だよ。
Perez locks his legs in place, covers his crotch with his hands, then...
フォー！
Wait. Actually, you can't activate other people's devices, can you? Like, if he says it like that loud, that wouldn't affect everybody, would it? He falls, which makes water splash in all directions almost immediately.
うひゃー、解除されたから当然なんだけど、唐突に落ちるんだね。
Yeah, it kind of shows how quickly you have to respond if you do fall.
怖いですね。兄ちゃん、大丈夫？
なんずるな妹よ。こんなのなんともないぜ。
See, another danger that they probably haven't really talked about here, like an actual danger, is that these shoes are mechanical, right? They're crafted of metal. Light metals probably, like aluminum and stuff, but still, like, it's a weight. Like, I don't know if you've ever, because part of my... I was in Scouts, and one of the things we did was water safety, and one of the things we had to test was jumping into the water with our clothes on, like normal clothes, like shoes, pants, shirt, because they want us to experience, and for safety reasons, the difference between swimming in like a swimming suit and swimming in your full clothing, because just the sheer weight of your clothes makes a huge difference on your ability to swim. It's like it's just something you don't think about, and in small bursts or small moments, it's not that big of a deal. But especially if you're trying to do an endurance float, like if you were shipwrecked or lost at sea. Like this difference is actually shocking. Heck, I remember one of the things they showed us was how you could actually take like your jeans, and you could make an improvised flotation device out of them by yourself in the water, because when they're wet, they actually become like they aren't as porous, and it's just interesting how all that stuff works. It's hard to explain really, but like this idea of like practicing safety situations like this matters, and I think the bigger thing here would be the fact that the shoes are probably heavy and tend to pull you down in the water. Just a guess though.
うん、今のでいいと思うよ。割とまっすぐに足から入水できていたしね。
筋肉の道は全ての道を征服しますからね。
一理あるね。
Madoka and I had the same. We're like,
その上腕二頭筋。
why are we
触っても
doing?
いいかな。
You two stop flirting. Do that later.
残念だけど、そうしようか。じゃあ次は誰にする？
私が行ってもいいですか？
Oh, interesting. But Mashiro, step it up.
おお、真白勇気ある。怖いことは先に済ませてしまいたいタイプなんです。
That's my girl. That's me right there. I'm like the person to volunteer to go first because I just want to get it over with.
気をつけてくださいね。失敗したら海が彼氏になっちゃうよ。
You need to stop that.
失敗しません。
Quit scaring her, Misaki. It's never gonna happen from such a short fall.
あんまり緊張しないように。無理かもしれないけど、リラックスして。
I like how he even admits it. He's like, you probably can't relax, but try.
真白ちゃん、 深呼吸ですよ。そうですね。はあ、では行きます。頑張れー。
Oh, was that fall? Like, huh! Michiro lands perfectly. A little bit of water scatters about her as her legs pierce the water.
おお、綺麗に落ちたね。どこも痛くないでしょ？
はい、全然大丈夫です。
I bet it
むしろ
was.
ちょっと面白かったくらいで、安全だって分かったら面白くなるもんだよね。遊園地の遊具にも落下の要素があるの多いし。美咲先輩、ハスカ先輩、何も問題ありませんよ。真白がそう言うなら、はい、どうぞ。
Don't try to be funny and fall in a weird way, got it?
言われなくても分かってるって。
I just had a horrible thought. What if this is how we learn that Asuka like can't swim? Like, it's like normally I would never even consider that, but with Asuka, I almost wonder if she hasn't considered that. Misaki stretched out her legs, covered her crotch with her hands, and
フォールッと。
what the?
目に水が入りました。
A noticeably larger amount of water splashes about as Misaki lands.
あれ？入水の時はそんなに乱れてなかったと思うんだけどね。
Yo, what happened? Misaki grimaces a little. Is she in pain? Huh? It hurt?
どこが痛いんです？もしかして足をくじいちゃったりとか？いや、そうじゃなくて。
Oh gosh.
その。
What's there to hide? This is practice. We need to use the time to fix whatever problems we can.
だからその。
Misaki hits the water with both her hands in irritated fashion as she stumbles over her words.
その。
Oh,
胸が。
fair.
胸が痛かったの。
We did not talk about that possibility. Especially if you're going straight down and you got protrusions, they might get slapped upward. That's unfortunate. I hadn't even thought of that. That is... Normally you'd think a swimming suit would keep them contained, but then again, she's wearing like a bikini, so... Mishiro's would keep hers really well in check, so... oh, I see.
見比べないでください。変態の上にセクハラですよ。
Why are you assuming that's what I'm doing? What? That's not what I was looking.
あってもなくても一緒です。引っかかりがないから綺麗に水に入れたんだなって、そういう納得されたくありません。
Well, clearly this is something that bothers you.
まあまあ、そこが真白の可愛いポイントだよ。まあ、可愛いならいいですけど、そこはあっさり納得するんだ。美咲先輩が大きすぎるんです。そこが可愛いんですけど。相思相愛だに。
Midoki shouldn't encourage that.
愛って言葉が入ってるのが重いな。今度先輩が降りるときは私がしっかりと下から押さえておきますから。
I doubt direct support while falling would do anything. Why would you need to practice that? It never actually happened.
まあ着水の状況によっては胸が痛いってこともあるかもしれないね。
Yeah, but if you do that, you're just
ぐっと
trading.
胸を張って背筋を反らせば軽減できるかもしれないけど。
Alright, that was a lot of words for that sentence, but you'd be trading like front potential pain with back potential pain. I don't know if that's much better.
けど
とっさの状況でそこまではできないでしょ。そこは我慢して足からの入水を気をつけて股間を守った方がいいかな。
はあ、しょうがないのか。まあでもそこまで痛かったわけじゃないし。
Aww.
アスカもきっと痛いよ。
She's like, you're gonna hurt.
怖いこと言わないでください。二人ともそんなこと言って何ですかこれ、差別ですか？
Unfortunately, this is just a talk of reality, so yeah. I'm so sorry, Mishiro.
そんなことないってば。怖くなってきました。
Shirai-san said you can mitigate the pain by bending your upper body back as you enter the water.
わかりました。私が思うにアスカのはちぎれるね。
What? Losing what? The top? What are you talking about?
怖すぎます。そんな冗談言わない
Oh, like losing these. Oh, okay. You know, fair. Not really though, but good grief, you goobers.
大丈夫大丈夫。ちょっと痛かっただけだから。
Yeah, I imagine it just took you by surprise, and that's fair because I could see why we didn't bring it up.
胸の大きい人たちの会話は痛快です。
Sure, I understand, but you're plenty cute. Don't worry about it. Asuka, get on with it before Mishiro loses her will to live.
別に傷ついてなんかいません。
Okay, go ahead, Asuka.
はい。背筋をそらして、じゃあ落ちます。ファール。
There we go. Huh? She must have been too focused on bending, since now she's falling backward instead. Worst part is she heading right toward me. Aw, fetch. My first reaction is to try and dodge, but the water's slowing me down. Guess I'd better catch her if she's crashing into me. Ugh! I sinked into the water with Asuka in my arms. But luckily, I managed to withstand the impact. After a moment, I forced myself up. I stand up with Asuka still in my arms.
危ない落ち方をしたね。二人とも大丈夫？
I'm fine. What about you, Asuka?
私は平気です。すみません。受け止めてくれてありがとうございます。
No problem, but it was kind of a fluke. It was just like, you were heading towards me. It was the best option we had. We're both fine, so it's all good.
それで、
Oh no.
コーチの手。
Before we move any further, know that this was not intentional. Both my hands are currently buried in Asuka's breast. I mean, we might as well say it, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Hurriedly remove my hands.
うわー、ベタベタ。
Yeah, you know, fourth wall breaks are kind of appropriate here.
狙ってましたね。
No, there's no way that's true. I didn't have enough time.
そういうことの積み重ねで部は崩壊するんだよ。
This is obviously never gonna happen again.
そうか。これがマサヤ・ハーレムか。
He's like, I see who the main character is. Look.
ひなた、俺の大胸筋も触っていいんだぜ。
No. Don't start blushing as you say that.
はいはい、この話はこれでおしまい。
体に覚えさせる必要があるからね。
Thank you for Madoka for bringing sanity back, apparently.
じゃ、とっとと次に行こう。
Madoka waves over to me after saying that. What a reliable manager.
ちゃんと感謝しておいてね。
Yeah, I'm racking up quite a debt with you, aren't I? Correction. What a reliable, terrifying manager. But she's great, isn't she?
ごめんなさい。私のせいで変なことになっちゃって。
Look, there's nothing to apologize for, but if there is someone to apologize, it's me. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. I don't mind, really. Of course you don't mind, dude.
むしろ感謝してるくらいだよね。
I did it! What? Don't say that, though. Okay, maybe I did, but I can never admit that. Let's just get back to practice, okay?
マサヤ先輩の頭めがけて垂直に落ちたら頸椎を折ることできますかね。
Harsh. I imagine it would hurt for you, too. Why would you ever think of doing that?
私の胸を触った時は報復するぞというのを覚えておいてもらおうかと。
I'm duly noted. Next time, I'm like, fine. I'll let you fall next time. Then try to touch Asuka, okay? Enough to get back to practice. Practice goes smoothly after that point. Well, other than those dangerous looks, Madoka kept shooting me anyway. That's all, folks. That's all, folks.
お疲れ様でした。白瀬さん、ありがとうございました。
いえいえ、これを機にうちの店もまたごひいきにね。
最後だけまともなのがちょっと怪しいです。
Yeah.
最後ぐらいは信頼してよ。
All the weird stuff you said earlier probably cancels that out, Shirase-san. Huh? Come to think of it, where'd Misaki go? Did she leave early? Did she leave already?
うん、もう終わりの挨拶中？間に合ってよかった。
Speaking of the devil, Misaki's made her way back to us.
まさや、これで今日の練習はお開きだよね。
Did she go get snacks or something? Yeah, feel free to go back to get changed. Wait, what's that? Misaki's holding a rather dangerous looking weapon. Oh no.
何ってテックないんだけど、
What's a Tech 9? I didn't ask for it on the model. Explain.
スウェーデンのイントラテックが設計してできた軍用向けサブマシンガン。80年代にアメリカのギャングが使い始めて、映画にもよく出てくるよ。
She had like airsoft, right? That's the stuff we saw, right? That's what that is, right? I meant to explain yourself.
そりゃもうこうするからに決まってるじゃない。
Uh-oh. Misaki sounds awfully chipper here.
はい、まどかはこれ。スターリング。
Oh no. Oh no. I think she's just declaring open season.
アスカはこれね。AK47。はい。真白はちっこいからウージーで。
Aw.
先輩が勧めてくださるのなら何でも。ああ、でもこれ何なんですか？それはこれから教えてあげる。はーい、それじゃみんな空に浮かんで。
Wait. Oh, I could imagine airsoft or a paintball in the air could be really fun. It'd be very like, it would probably leave a lot of litter, but it'd be great. The girls follow Misaki into the sky.
それじゃ今から突発的水鉄砲サバゲ大会を行います。
Water guns. That's actually great. Aww. That is awesome. Dang, like we had the flying girl from like the earlier, but this makes a way better thumbnail. It's adorable and kind of terrifying actually. Eat lead, punk and die.
いきなり何するのよ、ミサキ。お返ししてやるから。胸狙うのなし。
Oh gosh.
そうやって悩ましげな声出したところで私は女だ。
that line delivery. That line delivery.
そうやって悩ましげな声出したところで私は女だ。それ。
That's such a good line.
そうだった。じゃあお返しだ。
I like how she's angry because that was actually her tactic.
やだもう狙ってるでしょ。ちょっと。先輩、私も狙ってください。
Don't be so needy.
あ、じゃあはい。くすぐったいけどご褒美です。真っ白のはちょっとマジっぽいな。怖いな。
It's only with you.
もう始まってるんです。
Asuka's just there just like, what's happening?
当たり前よ。ほらアスカも。水が胸に当たってます。
And we're just down here just watching, just like, okay.
こらマサヤ、何が見してる？
Nothing.
先輩、これは記憶します。
Please don't.
じゃあお返しですよ。それ。アスカ、さすがに大切なとこ狙うのはなしで。狙ってるわけじゃないんです。ほらマシロッチ、手がお留守ですよ。
Mashirochi, that's cute.
くすぐったいです、青柳先輩。
What the heck is happening? Well, we're all hyper focused on practice until a moment ago, but Misaki's toys have killed all the tension.
おお、なんか面白そうなことをしてるな。
Don't even try to join them. Madoka's probably stop you anyway. She'll just sit this one out.
うりゃうりゃもっと撃ってください。
Shiro, you need to stop enjoying this much.
私も負けませんから。覚悟しなさい、ミサキ。
Man, they really are enjoying themselves. Unbelievable. What a mess. Sorry about them. I apologize to Shiraishi-san.
いいじゃないか、楽しそうで。それにこれなら FC の練習と言えなくもない。
I agree, actually. Like, it's just as valid as the tag game. Guess you have a point. They're flying around in all directions, shooting water at each other, and dodging. In a way, it's a dogfight practice. Goes without saying that Misaki didn't even think of that, though.
まあそれに
Shiraishi-san's expression turns grave.
マサヤが楽しそうにやってるみたいで安心したよ。
Right, he knows about our histoy, doesn't he? Why relieved?
いや、 もっと暗い生活してるんじゃないかと思ってさ。
Dang. I wonder how much time he spent depressed. Having spent some like of my own youth like in a similar state, but it was only for about a year maybe. I still feel like I lost so much from that. He's only like this because he knows about my breakdown. I won't ever return to being a player.
好きにすればいいさ。
Shirase-san says that with a smile on his face. After that, we spent our days practicing for the upcoming tournament. We repeated the same exercise over and over, while also making sure to mix in some more fun activities. Time flew right by us, and now the tournament's right around the corner. Alright. Well, this is the place to end things, huh? Aww. What a cute gaggle of people. Okay, we're going to end things here for today. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. This was a bit of a tricky one just to get the timing-wise right so that I could get it all published and ready. I'm going to have a similar and probably a much more dramatic problem tomorrow when it comes to trails, but you know, I'll figure that out when I get there. But I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for being a part of this wonderful journey. It's been a good time, and I'm very excited to see how it all plays out. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I certainly enjoyed this. It was very cute. I feel like it was a little ridiculous, but what hasn't been in this game, right? Otherwise, it's just been a good time. And I'm looking forward to seeing what this tournament arc is going to be. I was a bit surprised because I genuinely thought that this tournament was going to be the big like turning point, and it might still be. But it doesn't feel like we're like I feel like it's way too early for us to be like halfway through, I guess you could say. I don't know though. I wonder when the common route ends. I'm not sure when to expect it, but so far I've just been having a good time. It's been very interesting, and I'm very excited to see where we go from here and how the game plays. Like, I want to see how similar it is to other visual novels I played, and you know, these more like rom-com-y type games are always like kind of an interesting case study into the way visual novels are written, and so I'm curious to see how this one plays out. But that's me on the technical side of things. Ultimately, I'm just enjoying like the time with the characters, and I'll be honest right now. If you were to ask me today if I could pick one of the girls to like go down the route for, who would I pick? I'm not sure I could have an answer for that because they've all kind of sold me in one way or another on like piquing my interest, you could say. So I can't really call that now, but we'll have to see. Especially part of because the way I played the game the first time through, I have no idea where we're gonna end up. So that's kind of the fun of it too. I want to see where we end up naturally, and then after that I'll probably be more picky. But yeah, I'm just having a good time, and I'm not really overthinking that. So I know a lot of people get pretty like passionate about like wanting to see certain routes, and I understand that. But when a push comes to shove, we're going to just end up where we end up, and then the second route I'll be picky, and then you can complain about it. So we'll get there when we get there. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Hope you have a good time. Until next video watching me, I've seen you next. I'll see you there.